Hey friends, welcome back to another scrapbook layout. We're doing a double page featuring the Storybook Friends collection. So all of those storybook characters and garden papers and all of those cute things. Once again, we're building this on colored cardstock rather than my typical white cardstock. My paper's still not here, and it should be here at the end of this week though. So my next video, I will most likely build on white cardstock. But it's kind of fun to challenge yourself when you don't have a specific product that you're used to having. It's fun to reach into your stash and figure out what you can use. So I cut, as you can see, this is charcoal from Close to My Heart. And I cut out the center of that, leaving a 1-inch border. And then this is Close to My Heart Glacier, and I'm using the light side so that when I build on it, it's not such a dark background. And I cut that 11 by 11.5 to leave that 1/2 inch frame going around. I am going to take my foam dauber and some glacier ink and go around the edges just to add some separation between the charcoal and the glacier. I'll be using the vegetable paper that was part of this collection. The back has those cute cottages. I want to do something with those so bad. They're so cute, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But anyways, I tore the edges, so I have some white core showing there. And this piece is roughly 5 inches, and then I tore it, so it's just under 5. And then this was just the remaining piece. It would have been 7, and then when I tore it, it was less than that. And then I cut it to 10 inches. But I'm going to line it up with that glacier, so it goes up to the 10.5. And I do want to distress around that using my toffee ink. I don't have all the ink pads for Stampin' Up yet, so you're seeing me use a lot of ink from Close to My Heart. But there is a color guide. So like toffee coordinates with the brown that's in this paper collection. And it's fun to just kind of use your stash and see what you can make work. And you can't go wrong with toffee. Toffee coordinates with everything. So I'm just going to ink around the 3 edges, and that'll help show off this white core too. I love how that inking makes that tear just look old. I don't know how to explain it, but I love it. Okay, so that's gonna go there. I didn't put adhesive all the way to the sides because I used the Storybook Garden Patch, and this is a cling set, and they have coordinating dies. They come separate, or if you buy the bundle, you can get them together for a discounted price, but I just stuck the dies in the same case. This doesn't come in here. But I used this little dirt pile, and you can't see it on here because it's a die and it doesn't have a stamp that coordinates, but when you use that, it cuts out these dirt piles. So I just lined it up. This is about a 2-inch piece, and I just put it like this so that the dirt was as close to the top as it could be. And then you can line it up. So I cut it once, and then I lined it up and ran it through again. And then I ran it through another time, and as you can see, it doesn't have to be as long. And this one's gonna tuck behind. And then I did that another time. So I am going to put a dirt pile here, and then I did the exact same thing for over on this side. So that's just gonna tuck back behind there. I need to trim it a little more, it looks like, and have a dirt pile there. And one of the cool things about these dirt piles is that it adds slits here. So you can tuck vegetables and leaves into that. So I have already cut some of those as well to add to my dirt. Before I adhere the piles of soil, I am going to add some toffee around the edges of those. So I'm just going to kind of add some texture, kind of go on the surface. Maybe add some on those little creases there. And just kind of be sloppy with it. Let it add some dimension. So I'm going to create a little scene back here. I kind of want the fence to be back here. And it could even hang off a little bit. And then have the wheelbarrow and the squirrel ready to go. He's collecting his produce. And then I want some of those little leaves to stick out. So I'm thinking something like that. And I'm just kind of building the scene. I don't know that I want that one covering the fence so much though, so maybe right here. And then over on this side, I want to bring a fence over too. So maybe right there. And actually, hold that. This I had cut out for a different project. These are the frames from the Storybook Friends. And you have all these different frames. It's this one here. And if you caught my last video, I believe it was, I had cut this out and this is what was remaining. So I actually thought that could kind of go back here and brace some of my embellishments. So then maybe have the fence coming out from that. Or I could even have it closer to this side. So then I wonder if we should put this fence over here to make it look like it goes all the way across. That's cute. This is a die cut from the Storybook Garden Patch. So you have the base of the watering can, which I did in the light side of charcoal, and Stampin'Up is releasing their cardstock in two-tone too. They're slowly releasing the colors. So there's a dark side and a light side. This one's close to my heart, but Stampin'Up is releasing theirs. And then they have this layered piece that I did in the dark side of charcoal. And look at how that adds dimension and texture and everything right there without having to stamp. So I love that. And the pots do the same thing. So you can cut out this piece of the pot and this one, and it'll add that same kind of, which direction does it go? Like that? It adds that same dimension and shading as the watering can. So that is super cool. Using the Storybook Friends, I stamped this little guy and used my tri-blend markers to color him in. And I thought he could kind of go up over here. And then I thought my watering can could go somewhere over here. I cut out one of the carrots from the garden patch and I cut off the green part. So I just have the carrot itself. I could probably stamp on top of that and add a little texture to it, but I wanted most of it to hide. So hide the carrot and then have the little green topper on it. But I just thought it would bring over a pop of color. And then I did that exact same thing with this little guy, whatever he is. So I thought he could pop out of the garden too. And then I have a little shovel, spade that can come out of there. Don't forget about my wheelbarrow and gardener here. And then, yeah, I just have a whole bunch of these little green guys that I'll spread around. I don't know if I want more over here since it's a bigger patch. And then this is from that punch out sheet, those carrots. So that could go somewhere over there. And then I also have these boots from the punch out sheet. And I thought that would bring some blue over. And this little guy, I cut that out of the garden patch and stamped it. And I thought that could kind of go by this mirror. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit more. You're probably wondering why I'm spending so much time down here. Where are my pictures gonna go? I do have photo mats cut out of white, and I was thinking just having kind of a grid style. This one I'm going to do slightly under. It's a 4x4, just so that you can see more of that. I love that. And then these are 3x4s. I might have to go up a little bit more since my fence is right there. I'll mess around with that. And then I have a 4x6 and another 4x4. To fill in this area, I cut out a circle using the Spotlight on Nature dies. And this little dirt pile is part of the punch outs. And then this little rabbit I stamped from the Storybook Friends and used my tri-blend markers to color in. I decided to only do 4 photo mats on this side rather than squeezing this one in. Then I could kind of center them more and not have that one there. I think it just looks a little more balanced. I could bring this one over to this side. Ooh, I do like that. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, before I do that, let me show you what I was thinking for my title, because it might go into that area. So I was thinking of spelling out "Find Me in the Garden." So I did "Find Me" in these little letters. These are just dies from my stash. I used larger letters, again from my stash, to do "In the Garden." So that's why I thought maybe, which way does this go? That way? I wouldn't want that picture there. And "In the Garden" is quite large, so I'm wondering if I wanted to do "the" or "in." I could do "Find Me in the," and then I could just do "garden" down here. And then I could probably fit that other photo too. "Find me in the garden." I might like that better than spreading it across here, because I don't think these show up great on this pattern paper. I'm liking that better, keeping the title over on that side. So using my T-square ruler, I will get those lined up and use my Bearly art glue, my reverse tweezers, and I'll get the title down. I almost feel like I need something on this side now, but it's also nice to have a spot to have your eye rest. I have a lot going on down here. I might even bring something else in for over here. This looks kind of bare to me, so we'll see what I can find for that. To finish off the layout, I need to add some of these antique pearls because I've been loving them, and they came along with this suite. So antique pearls. You can buy these separate too. They go with any color. They pick up the colors around them, so I'm loving them. I might need to buy another pack because I'm putting them on everything, but they do come with this collection. I went into my stash and found this Harvesting Love stamp. I also added this bunny down here. And then I also found this Bushels of Fun from my stash, so I just stamped that on there. If you enjoyed this layout, let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you all, and it helps my channel to grow. Until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye, guys.